All right, hey everybody, welcome to Roundtable Talk. We are here today
We're back.
We are back.
We're back.
We just had a distressing moment. We messed up on the first time around, but we're going to retry this intro again. But this is Roundtable Talk, everyone. We're going to go ahead and introduce everybody's names here today.
Shishir Bukkasagaram here in the house.
Jamar Butler.
Randy Cartagena.
And then Romeo Venci. All right, so today on our podcast, we're just going to be talking about lifestyle, getting to know each other, business ideas, basically how to become an entrepreneur, just coming up in the world as a young man, you know, talking about different, you know, lifestyle things. That's what we're going to be discussing here. So I guess we're just going to get into it and just get to know each other and introduce everyone, you know. So.
Well, that's a bit of everything, pretty much.
Yeah, a bit of
We'll talk about
everything.
Pretty much everything, whatever that comes on our mind.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Whatever pops up, bro. We're just flowing. Something natural, something nice, something new, something refreshing for people.
Yes, sir.
Like water.
Yes,
There we
water,
go. Well,
something that we
this is
need.
the first step to the podcast, so let's just
Yeah.
go natural, you
For sure, for sure.
Yo, the weather. I'm scared for winter, bro.
Winter.
I'm scared.
Global warming, dude.
Yeah,
What
that's what
winter?
it feels
know.
like.
I think it was what? 55, almost
Yeah.
60
Right.
It went from
in November. That's
Yeah.
unheard of in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yesterday was like 56.
Was it really? Yesterday?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
warm yesterday.
I was about to say it was like 73. It went from 73 to like 30 something.
Yeah.
Last week. I was like, dude.
Well, yeah,
I need like boots. I need like more jackets.
For sure.
we're in Indiana, so it's kind of expected. At least we're used to it.
Yeah.
But if you go to a place like San Diego, where
like-
it's
The end of the world.
well, it's the end of the world only because their weather is so consistent. Like it'll be, if it's 40s to 60s, it'll stay 40s to 60 the whole time for almost 1 to 2 months. That's just how it works for them.
Yeah.
So imagine someone from San Diego moving to Indianapolis.
No, dude. Since I'm from LA, like.
Oh wait,
really?
you're from
You're from
LA?
Yeah, I'm from LA.
Oh wow.
I
So like,
Okay.
I came out here with like a bunch of like tank tops and like shorts, bro. So there was like,
Yeah.
I came around like February, March, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, it's nice out here, it's snowing, but it's cool. So then it started to get kind of warm, and I came out with the tank top, and then out of nowhere it was just snowing again. I'm like, yo, it's too cold.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing, I had no type of jackets. It was just straight summer clothes in the winter.
We're built different out here. Honestly, like people from Indiana, I think we can live anywhere because we get hit with like cold, we get hit with heat, we get like extremely hot summers, and we get like extremely cold winters, snow. It's just like if you can make it out here, you can make it anywhere.
To
So
be honest.
I mean, you can survive all this corn and boredom, you can make it anywhere.
It's just Midwest weather.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ohio, same thing with Illinois.
Yeah.
And even Nashville, pretty sure, has about around, maybe they're a little hotter than we are.
Yeah.
Or I meant Tennessee overall.
Tennessee.
Kentucky, that
Yeah.
general area. But
They're built different out there too though.
yeah, it gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
there.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can survive out there.
Yeah.
In Tennessee,
Yeah.
is it that hot?
I mean,
Tennessee gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the summer.
anything in the South I consider as a hot, like really hot. So it's just not for me. But that's just my opinion.
I've been to Tennessee, man. It's beautiful. Nashville, amazing.
Nashville is amazing.
These
I love
guys, they wake up at 8 in the morning. They start drinking till like 8 in the morning the next day.
Really?
Nashville? Yeah,
Nice.
man.
Have you never been to
Seriously.
Nashville?
No, not yet. No.
Really?
No.
You would love it.
See, that's the place that everyone keeps telling me that they've gone and they really like it, and I haven't been yet. So I'm just like, maybe I should get out there.
So Nashville used to be pretty open and it used to be fun, but now it's so crowded to the point where if you go out at night on a weekend, there's tons of people. They have to shut the street down. There's cops everywhere
Oh,
just
wow.
to keep the
I
peace.
believe that, yeah.
It's pretty busy. There was a video going around. There's a rooftop bar called Dirk Bentley Row. There was a video of people completely swarming the outside, and well, the lines were almost wrapped around the building.
Oh wow.
Wow.
If that gives you any perspective of how busy it gets in Nashville now,
Just
especially during the summer months, especially during the spring. From what I saw and last time I was there, it's pretty wild, but it was always a good time. Every time I've gone to Nashville.
Sheesh.
Well, I do definitely know there's a lot of people moving out there for like jobs, especially like tech jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of companies moving out there.
Mm.
Yeah, it's getting pretty busy.
Mm-hmm.
The Midwest is getting money.
Yeah.
Say it again.
The Midwest is getting money.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
A lot of guys, especially in Indianapolis, where you got a lot of guys from California, New York,
Everywhere.
even Florida moving here. It's interesting.
I'm excited for the growth that's going on here in Indiana, man. Can't wait to buy and hold, man.
Down
You said
south.
what?
I'm excited with all the growth that's going on.
Oh yeah, for
in
sure.
Indiana, man. Indiana's crazy. I know you guys seen the construction.
Oh, a lot.
Like these guys will build a hotel in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, just
No
like
lie.
this whole district right here.
Yeah.
That was built like in a couple months. I
This?
kid you not. Like right
Yeah.
down there, that
Oh.
building, and then the next Fisher district down there, that was built
Yeah.
pretty fast. I'm just like, they are like.
They're not
building-
playing around no more.
No.
Gentrification is real, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they're building nickel plate
Yeah.
here in downtown Fishers. And there's
Exactly.
more. So, but yeah, and then plus we're getting bigger hotels. We just got Bottle Works that opened up a
Yeah.
few years ago in downtown Indy.
Yeah.
And then there's the JW Marriott, there's Omni. Well, the Omni and all those hotels, those are, I'd say the newest is probably Bottle Works.
Yeah. And they got a lot of future stuff coming here too, so that's also good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I feel special. I made it on Forbes list for top city to live in. So
Yeah.
Fishers did. I
Oh,
think Carmel's
Fishers,
on
yeah?
Yeah, Fishers is on there.
Nice.
Yeah. We're beating Carmel, so that's something.
Nice.
Fishers at one point was rated one of the best, I think the best city to live in.
Really?
I think the 2014 or 15, it was rated that. I have to look that up. Don't quote me on that.
That makes me
but-
feel better.
Fact check.
Yeah.
Fishers pretty much, right?
I mean, I'm like basically in there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I'm like, okay, that feels good. I'm like in the best city, you know, in Indiana.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes in conversations with people are like, "Oh, where are you from?" Because the people don't think I'm from here, and I'm like, "Oh, you know, I'm from here." And they're like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah."
So livability.com, I'm not sure how credited they are, but they said Fishers, Indiana, is the 7th best city to live in the USA.
Wow,
Oh, that's
What?
That's cool.
that's pretty. Hey, I feel special.
And then Fishers, the Fishers website said Fishers ranked number 3 in Money's 10 best places to live in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up there. It's on lists. It's on top 10 lists. So
Hey, we need to feel special.
yeah.
Very interesting.
Plus we got like what 1.2 billion in development coming here.
Yeah.
What?
Because,
Yeah.
So
And Fishers alone?
Yeah.
in downtown
Okay.
Fishers alone.
Downtown Fishers.
Mhm.
So the Andretti's,
Just
they're
gotta
building
take
their
notes.
racing complex here, right? I think right next to IKEA. They said I think it was a $250 million complex that they're about to build
Yeah.
in downtown Fishers, and I think there's an Italian pharmaceutical company. I
Yep.
think it's called Cicinco. I need to look that up again, but they're investing quite a bit. There's, I believe, another hotel, and I need to look everything up again, but there's a lot coming.
Yeah.
How many billions?
1.2.
I'm being serious, bro. I'm trying to research this
All the
stuff.
billions.
I think 1.2.
1.2 billion.
He said
man.
Total.
Guinness before he already.
And then hell, McLaren Racing's coming to Whitestone.
Yeah, exactly.
They're building their complex in Whitestone.
That cracks me up, dude.
That's gonna be some fun.
He said, how many billions? Oh man.
Never miss an opportunity. Never miss an
For
opportunity.
yeah, for real.
This is how a lot of people need to be right here. How many billions?
I got that. Pocket change.
Yeah.
Oh
Just in a
man.
conversation, not listening to anything. Someone says billions. Wait, how many billions?
I made that last week.
Oh man. Yo, I just kind of wanted to flip the script a little bit. Me and Randy were talking yesterday, and we ended up getting to like some like it was an interesting topic. Hold on one second.
Love, something about love, right?
We were saying, yeah, that too, but we were saying, he said, keep your eye on. He said, take your time with everything, but never take your eye off of anything. And that right there for me hit so deep, bro.
Yeah.
Like we were doing some landscaping for his Airbnb property.
Okay.
And he said that. I was like, damn, you're right. Because we just been talking about patience and like, you know, just like, you know, knowing that your time is coming.
Yeah.
And like
Repeat
staying
that?
focused.
What was
He said, take your time with everything, but never take your eye off of anything.
For sure.
So like working on a business, like when you're working on like the groundwork, like the footwork, like it can be overwhelming.
Mhm.
Like, you know, just building all that stuff. So like for me, I'm building like a cleaning business right now, and like even just doing like the first, like all the documentation and stuff and all the procedures and systems, like even doing that, you can get burnt out. So like I had to like learn, okay, just take your time, one thing at a time. You know, like one day I'll be doing one thing and I'm okay. I celebrate large because I'm like, okay, I completed, I'm one step forward. But that really hit deep for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do agree with that. It's like the beginning part is like the most hardest part, and then like once you get everything going and you get that ball rolling and you get momentum, I feel like everything just starts falling into perspective, and then it becomes much easier. And over time, it just like start being like clockwork,
Yeah.
and then you start understanding the fundamentals of everything. Because I can contest to that because you can apply that to anything in life actually. Like I remember my first sports car that I wanted. You know, I got laughed at a dealership. They told me I was like, yeah, you can't afford that right now. But you know, I didn't get discouraged or anything like that. I kept my eye on the prize. You know, worked hard, and then now I bought 2 of the same car. So
Damn.
I mean, hey, you just gotta keep your eye on it, you know, and just keep working at it, and then you know, it'll work out.
Damn, man.
It's like,
All good things come in time.
Yeah,
there we go.
it does. Yeah,
Goes with that right there.
Yeah.
Don't quit. Just
Don't
keep
quit.
on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, don't quit. Do it.
Do it. I just got that.
Yeah.
I was staring at that for
Yeah.
a minute. I was like, oh, do it. Okay.
That's the reason why I got that too, because it says don't quit, do it.
If you guys are confused, there's a what do you call it? Like a little, like not a lamp.
Like a neon sign.
Neon light, yeah.
So
Neon
there's
light.
a neon light sign in Jeremiah's house that says, "Do it and don't quit."
Yeah.
You know, some stuff crossed out. But yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that is hard though.
Yeah.
With anything in life that actually works. But congrats to that too. So you bought a second car of the same one.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was better than the first one, of course, but it was newer and better. But it was just like that premise behind it, like the idea of like basically saying like someone told me I wasn't going to be able to get it, and then I went and bought 2 eventually. So it's kind of like one of those things like I did it. So
You stunning on that one.
yeah, pretty
Sure,
much.
yes, sir.
And now I'm like I have my eye on something else, and I'm just going to work towards that, and you know get into that type of bracket and get there. So I don't think anything's unachievable. I think that anything can be done. Only thing that's stopping you is your mindset. Your mindset is the most powerful tool you have. So if you tell yourself you can't do anything, you won't be able to do it. But if you tell yourself you can do something, you can do whatever you want. There is no limits. There is no limitations on you at all. Like you can do whatever you want. Like it's just you got to have the mindset and determination to like actually do it and proceed at it.
And the energy and the people around you.
For sure.
That's facts.
I am a huge advocate of that. The people around you, they will either help you succeed or they will bring you down to their level and you will not succeed. That's just how it's gonna happen. You got to keep that circle around, like with like-minded people around you. Because if not, you're just gonna get corrupted by them. Because if you look at for example, if you have a group of people that abuse drugs, you can try to tell them, hey, drugs are bad. They're gonna tell you, well, I don't care. So either what's gonna happen is they're gonna stop doing drugs or you're gonna do drugs. Yeah. And if most of them are doing drugs and you're the only one not, you're probably going to end up doing drugs eventually one day. So, yeah, you have to cut them out. And you kind of have to be, the positive light around people. Sometimes people get, inspired by that positivity and want to do better. But if not, you're just going to be consumed by the darkness what everyone else is putting out there. So.
You guys hear the quote, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that from Jordan Peterson? Or did he just quote that as well?
I forgot who it's from.
I've heard that
it so many times that's never left my mind. After I heard that, I try to surround myself with the people that have the best mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise, if I stay behind with people who are behind and are not positive in what they want to do in the future, then what's the point?
Yeah.
It's time to find people that you want to set new goals with.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. I had a friend not too long ago that I was hanging out with, and he had big ideas too. That's what kind of like formed our friendship, was like these like entrepreneurial ideas. But he wanted a high class lifestyle and wanted to go out party, spend all this money, these extravagant restaurants, but wasn't really doing anything to accumulate that money. So he was just blowing through cash. And then I realized like this is like causing me to spend unnecessary cash. And what are we doing to like better ourselves? What are we doing to like actually be someone? We're being consumers, and I'm not really a huge fan of being a consumer. So things were not on the same page, so I had to let him go because he really wasn't serious about it. Everyone has these ideas, but like sometimes people don't want to put the lead work or like the actual like work into it. They just want to do something but not have to put the work. And it's like what you said earlier, the beginning part, like doing all these little things to get to where you're going. They see that, and then it was like, oh no.
They're like, damn, like this shit it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to curse, but you're like, okay, excuse my language, but
oh no, go for it.
They're like, whoa, like this is hard, man. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know there's this much information I had to learn. Or they'll see like a 3-page brochure, and I'm like, I don't want to read that. Let me check my phone. But same, I can relate to that because when I first started some type of business, I wanted to do a clothing line, and I started and I got my taxes back. It was the beginning of the year. I got taxes, and I was like, yo, I can do a clothing line. I can just do the logo, pay for the logo, get the LLC. So I paid like $400 to get my LLC started and then I paid $250 for my logos and like all the little shirts and stuff. with the company, with the logo people, like it didn't really work out, but I got my LLC done, and that kind of helped me with, like my clean business now. But to circle back, it was kind of hard to kind of like start and learn all this stuff, and then like have to do so much research. And people get scared by that, like that fear kind of creeps into them, and they'll probably try to talk themselves out of it.
Yeah, procrastination.
Or they'll get distracted and think it's okay to go feed on that distraction, or they'll do work that's like managing work and not the actual like hands-on type of stuff. So you gotta hold yourself accountable. To be honest, because like there used to be days where I would be like, okay, I want to do this today. And then I'll find myself not even doing it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? I'll like have to have a talk with myself, like, yo, what are you doing, man? Come on, like, get in there, like, let's go, like, So I just want to expand on that. But really interesting though. Some people talk themselves out of it, but
it's always easier said than done.
Facts.
Yeah, if you talk yourself out too long, someone's gonna come along and take that same idea you had and go with it. Like
I've seen that happen.
And I was a victim of that. I was a victim
once too. I was like, damn, bro.
Over at Keystone at the Crossing, at those buildings, right? It was 8888 Keystone Crossing. I don't know if anyone of you guys been in there. But at the bottom of the left, like when you first walk in at the entrance, they had open spaces. And I was like, yo, that'd be really cool to put a coffee shop here, Open a coffee shop. I ran the numbers. It was pretty profitable. It wasn't going to be a lot of money to start it up. And I was like, this would be a nice little investment.
Yeah.
All the people that go in there is about like 20,000 employees, So imagine all of them going into work, getting their coffee, going up to their little suites, to go to work and stuff. So I was like, that's a good idea. I talked to somebody about it, getting the equipment. I brought someone else in on the project, an idea. We started talking about it. I started getting cold feet. I was like, you know what if something goes wrong? I was like, start procrastinating, putting it off. And then next thing you know, I just forgot about it. Go into the building and I smell coffee. I'm like, where is this aroma coming from? So I go around the corner and there's a coffee shop, literally a coffee shop, a grand opening. And they're still there right now. And I talked to the owner and they're doing pretty good. Numbers are great. And I'm just like, that could have been me. But my procrastination and putting it off,
What do you think made you not go with it?
Fear.
100%. Fear of what though?
Failure. My biggest problem was failure.
Yeah, like I'm trying to understand your mentality back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure it was way different from now, right? So.
So much different.
Yeah.
So back then, my mentality on things was like being a failure because I was so scared of someone saying, "Ha, you failed." Because many people told me like, "Oh, you're not going to amount to anything. You're not going to do that. You're a big dreamer. That's not realistic. You need to get a real job. You're not an entrepreneur." So like, though after all that time, all of those things accumulated in my mind. And it kind of kept me in that mindset, and it was always in the background lingering. So when it was time for me to do something, I was actually doing it. It like those thoughts came in my head. I was like, what if I fail? People laugh at me and say, oh, they were right. So it kind of like, for me, actually trying to see if it was going to even succeed, I didn't do anything at all. And guess what? I could have done something and it could have succeeded. But if I didn't and failed, at least I tried. I could have, learned from trial and error, figure out where I went wrong, and then redo it. But I didn't do anything. So that's what happened. Procrastination and self-doubt.
The person that I'm seeing now and the story that you just explained, those seem like two totally different people.
Oh.
It seems like you would not second guess yourself.
No. Not
nowadays,
now.
Right?
Not now. No.
Yeah,
now I don't really have much thought into things. I do put thought into things and make sure it's a good idea before I go do something, but I don't really sit around and get myself caught up in like procrastination of like, oh, should I do it today? I just kind of like jump forward, like this podcast. Like I felt like we were dancing around with it for a while, and I was just like, I feel like it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, we'll do it. The idea sounded great, but I was like, if we just don't sit down and do this, it will not become a thing.
Yeah.
And if sometimes people like to dip their toes in the water to get a feel, sometimes you just gotta jump in there, Then it all, works out.
That's
I've always
huge,
been that
man.
type of guy too.
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's a round of applause. Like, seriously. No, I'm being serious. Like, I think we've all could agree that we've been there where we have an idea and we just dance around and we're like, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it next week. But I guess the important thing is to just get it started. Even if today we probably didn't have anything concrete to talk about.
No.
But I bet you maybe the next time around we'll have, we'll put it together a little bit more.
Yeah. It's gonna pan out, and I think over time it's just gonna like all fall together. It's kind of one of those things like we're making a huge set, being here right now, filming and recording.
To be honest, bro, and I feel that like right now. Like I'm like, yo, this is. I was thinking like, yo, this is good for me, mentally. Just to come here and like let out my entrepreneur side. Because where else can you let this out besides
Exactly.
Where besides like me and him, we get together, we talk, we go do Airbnb stuff. But that's probably the only time I get to, talk, bounce off ideas off each other, or we'll like feed off of each other's energy. So this is a good, like what do you call it? A source of energy for me, or a source for me to let go.
I like to say a safe space.
Yeah, safe space.
Like a safe space for like creative minds, entrepreneurial people coming together, and it's like the energy everyone's feeding off of it,
That's facts, because you can't even do this around people who have negative,
No, they were just usually, negative people. Their mindset is so like destroyed with negativity. They just do not care about anything positive. And I've tried to talk to a lot of people. Usually, some people I question their like belief system on things, and like, the reason why you can't do that is because you're saying you can't. Like that's the number one thing that you have to change is the word you can't.
Red flag number one.
Exactly. When you have that in your vocabulary, like I can't or I will try. No, you can't. You can't say I can't or I'll try. You have to say I will or I can or I will do that. Because once you start changing those things, you'll start to see positive outcomes. Procrastination is one of the things too. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say that's not one, but that's something that I think a lot of people do is procrastination.
I think we're all guilty of it at some point.
For sure, definitely.
It's the growth of recognizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, facts.
Yeah.
It's the growth is where you recognize where you're procrastinating.
You're aware
You
of
do
it.
something about it.
Yeah.
When you do something about it, great. That's when you're growing, and that's when you stop procrastinating.
I've gotten way better at that this year for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's like a boxing match with me, bro. Though, like if I'm procrastinating, like I'm in my head talking to myself, saying like, "Oh, what you doing, bro?" Like or you're procrastinating. Oh, what happened? Like I swear to God.
Yeah.
But it helps because it's like, okay, now I'm gonna put you on, shine you in the light and say, okay, are you gonna do this? Are you serious? What's going on? What's stopping you?
Yeah.
And I'll talk to myself about it.
And lay it all out.
Yeah.
You just lay it all out on the table in your head.
And it helps because you're actually, it's not silent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, that voice that you want to be there for you. It's not just a whisper.
Yeah.
So it helps for me. I'm like, and then I'll end up going upstairs and working on my business. And I'm like, okay, now we're here. Okay, what's up? Turn the music on.
That's what it is. Because like over this week, I was on vacation, right? So this entire week, since like last Saturday, I trapped myself in this apartment, and I literally opened up, meditated, thought about things, and I was real about myself. I like faced things that I kind of pushed back in my mind, try to say, no, it's not that. I was like being real with myself, like, all right, what is stopping you from getting to where you need to go? What's stopping you from taking these steps forward? What's stopping you? And I sat there, wrote it all out, understood it, and then I was like, these are the things I'm going to change. So I wrote down what is going to be my next 5-month goal, and I'm going to figure out like what I need to do to start getting towards those goals, and like cutting out things that are in the way of that. So like I created a whole new regimen. This whole entire week I got up every day at 5 o'clock, meditated for an hour, went to the gym for an hour, and then sat here and actually focused. I just threw myself into my work, and then I just started seeing the results throughout the entire week.
Wow.
And I felt so much lighter, and feel like I'm going somewhere now, and I feel so much more focused. Like stop going out. Usually I got on the weekends every night, going out and partying and clubbing and spending unnecessary cash and like. For what reason? Like, I mean,
That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
And no, I realized it too. That's why I was going to go out yesterday, but I decided not to just because I realized I was doing it too much, and now it's just like I have better things to do.
Yeah. And my realization was I went out several days ago, and I was at the club, and I was there, and for the life of me, I wasn't even drunk. So I walked in the club like sober, which was strange to me, and everyone's just drunk around me, and I'm like, look at these people acting like buffoons right now, like they're all falling out, and I'm like, this is me, man, like this was me in here doing this at one point in time. So I'm sitting here looking at these bartenders making all this money, realizing the owners are making so much cash right now off of people spending this money. And like people are spending $100 on some drinks, hundreds of dollars on shots and stuff. And I'm like, for what? What is this doing for you? Like this is no like, I get that it's fun, I'm not gonna bash anyone who likes drinking. Like drinking, it's cool, I have a glass of wine every here and there and drink. But like every single weekend, and that's your like go. You go to work 9 to 5, you get off on the weekends, you spend your entire check on things you really can't afford, and you go spend it at a bar or a club or whatever, and the next thing you know, you're complaining about, I don't like my current circumstances. I don't like working for anyone. When you're not doing anything to break that cycle.
Yeah,
so it's like I found myself being a consumer, and I feel like a lot of people fall into consumerism where they are just locked in this box. They work for something, they spend that money on something, and then it just becomes a repetitive cycle, and they can't break it. And until you break that cycle, you're going to be trapped. And I was like, I'm not going to be like that. It's like time will fly by. Like we're in our 20s right now. The next thing you know, we're going to be in our 30s. They're going to be in our 40s. And if we haven't done anything to change our current circumstances, we're going to look back and be one of those bitter old people that's working every day 9 to 5. Like, dang, what did I do in my life? What did I do with my youth and my time? So I refuse to do that. I like financial freedom. I like being free to travel, take vacations, do whatever I want. and just have that, access, or just be my own boss. Because first of all, like
Yeah.
working for somebody, man, that's not where it's at for me. So
I've never thrived. Oh, that was the count.
oh
I never really thrived in a place or a workplace where I'm not the boss or I'm not the owner.
yeah
And I understood that really like 2 weeks ago. I was like, you know why it's not working out for me? You know why why like this doesn't play out the correct way in a workplace, or why I feel like the work environment is toxic, or why I feel like I can't work at a certain place for so long. So I'm not meant to be here.
yeah
I'm not meant to be working for these people.
yeah.
I don't fit in because I'm supposed to be the owner. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And that's it's the thing that I feel like a lot of people who are like going into entrepreneurship or like are entrepreneurs or business owners, they all have that moment where they realize that they're not meant to work for somebody. And it's kind of something that they knew when they were kids, like
Facts. I
yeah.
knew it, but like seeing it and then feeling it, I'm like, damn, bro,
Yeah.
I really gotta I really gotta get on this. I really gotta double down. And I don't know if this is torture, but I would tell myself, let's say I was telling myself like, okay, I gotta get on it. Then the weekend comes, and then like I don't do anything, and then Monday comes. I'm like, oh,
Bless you.
well,
Thank you.
now you gotta go back to work, buddy. I was
Yeah.
telling myself like, oh, now you're back.
Exactly.
Here? What happened? I thought you didn't want to be here anymore. So yeah.
Yeah. And my thing is this: you can go to work and hate your job and hate your life, or you can go to work and be displeased with your job and use that as motivation to do something to change your
That's a
circumstances.
good one right there. I've been there.
Yeah, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
People are like, why don't you get a new job? Because this job makes me uncomfortable. And when
Yeah.
you're uncomfortable, what do? You change your circumstances.
Damn.
Don't sit there. If you're, for example, if your hand, and this is from I'm gonna probably butcher it, but it's from a philosopher from back in the day. I think it was like a Chinese proverb. But he was saying basically, if you pick up a hot coal and it's burning your hand, what do? You let it go because it's bringing you pain.
Right.
If you don't let it go, it's just gonna keep burning you up. So you can't complain about it. So you gotta let it go, and you gotta figure out a way to change your circumstances to not be in that boat. And I feel like if it's bringing me discomfort, I have one or two things to do: stay there, suffer through it, or change my outcome. So you could be one of those people who complain about it all day and be like, oh, I hate my job, I hate my life. And I'm like, well, you don't have to be here. And I'm in management, so when my workers come into work, they tell me that, and my response to them all the time, and they hate me for it. It's like, no one's stopping you. The door's right there. You can leave anytime you want. I'm not stopping you. Bye. And they just look at me. I'm like, you're here because you're here. No one's holding a gun up to your head saying that you have to be at this job.
Yeah.
You are here because you want to be here. You're complaining about something that you can change. There's a million jobs hiring right now. Go change it. But they won't. So therefore, they're keeping themselves in that situation.
I do have a quick question though, because you mentioned earlier you sat in the house for about a week and you did some meditation or something, and then you had to write down some of the things that were distracting you.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like I need to do that too. So I was taking some notes, and I put I would sit down and write down the things that I don't need or that's getting in the way of my goals. Right? You feel like that's a good practice?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Let's do it.
That opens your mind.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like what
I feel so much freer.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I feel so much freer. Like this weekend, a lot of people will take my phone like, "Hey, you coming out tonight? Hey, you coming out tonight?" I kept telling them, "No." I'm like, "I'm busy." Everyone's like, "What are you busy with?" And I'm like, "I have things going on right now." And I was not being direct about them. I still make time with certain people. There's certain people who I make time with to go do stuff with, like going out to dinner with them. I did that, but going out to go spend cash and do things that's distracting me. The reason why I wasn't doing it, because that was my number one distraction. It was setting me back because I did the math. I would go out to a bar every Friday night or every Saturday night, sometimes both nights. And I would go out to clubs and spend about $200 to $300 a night. So that money, at night, because you go with groups of people. When you're going with groups of people, or you're going out and you're buying drinks for everybody, or you're buying drinks,
Is that a lot or a little?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about going to the I go to the smaller bars myself. So
Okay.
But remember,
Brothers, for example, I'm used to that. But I mean, I don't spend more than $50.
but think about
Get
it
outta
though.
here,
We went to
man.
that
That's
restaurant.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Because I'm conscious of it.
Okay.
Because if I go out, I'm going to be conscious of it. Because if I just keep swiping my card, I think about it this way: if I look back on it and I regret it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, because if I look at it, if I go to the bar, a week later I look back on it, I realize how much I spent, or the next day I look at how much I spent, and I'm like, all right, I was an idiot for spending that much.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm not going to do it because I don't want to regret it.
Right.
And
Okay,
that
you
is-
learn from it.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
See, and that was my problem right there. See, I didn't have that realization yet. And the thing was, I wanted to do stuff with my money to invest it in other things, but I was like, dang, I'm kind of behind here and there looking at this. And I was like, doing the math, and I was like, if I didn't go out those 2 nights, I would have this much money to put into, let's say, crypto or just any type of like, stock exchange, because I invest. So I was thinking about it, like, if I could have put that money there, let's say I could have doubled my money. That could have brought me profit and like future wealth. Going to the club, spending that money is not bringing me wealth. It's not bringing me anything, actually. It's making me lose money. And then at the end of the day, I'm hungover and my body regrets it, which I go to the gym, and then I just basically destroyed all my gains. And now I'm just like, so now I'm right in the bad situation. Yeah, so I sat there with the list, and that was number one. Yeah. I realized that was the number one thing that was like in my way, was going out and partying, because like I would go out to dinner with them, then I would go partying all night long, and then go out the next day and get breakfast, and then go partying out again and doing that same thing. So it was getting in my way. Hanging out with people that really wasn't beneficial to me. That was another thing. Like hanging around people that were just kind of like, I like to call them special guests on a TV show. They just pop in there and they really have no significant benefit to be in your life at all. Like they're just causing you problems at the end of the day. Like I was realizing that. So it's things that I was going through, compiling, and I was like, yo, this is some things I need to change. And I realized I had some bad habits, and I was like, I need to change them. And that's what I did over the weekend, and meditated, and focused. So now I'm going into the new year, because this year is coming up to an end, so that's pretty fast. But going into the new year, I don't do New Year's resolutions or anything like that. It's just going into a new year, I kind of have a fresh start to like start over for the next 12 months, So that's why the first 5, I want those things achieved and completed. And then once those things are completed, I can start the next 5 and then just kind of have a ladder. And then my whole thing is staying focused and staying like on track and not letting distractions get in my way. And like, I'm currently kind of in a new relationship right now. And the thing is with her, it's like we coincide together, and she's not really in the way of my life at this moment. Like she understands what I'm trying to do, and it kind of like helps out. And I understand her thing. She has a busy life too. She got her own thing. She's in sales and stuff. So it's kind of like coexisting with someone, not getting in your way. Yeah. And that's also another thing though, people's relationships, that's a huge factor that gets in problems, because people get into a relationship and then their spouse or partner basically causes them to get off track. Oh, you're not.
And sometimes unintentionally too.
Yeah, unintentionally.
Like I had a situation where my girlfriend at the time, she would just cook so much every day. Yeah. And she's doing it out of the goodness of her heart. But I'm like, I look at my stomach and I'm like, bro, I just gained 20 pounds in like 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
and that's what I'm saying,
what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's unintentional though.
You don't realize until it's too late.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you get comfortable, and then you don't realize till later that you got too comfortable. And you're like, right, shit. I need to change something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's one of those things where you just kind of like think about it though. But the beautiful thing about it is communication. It's like if that person's understanding and they really care about you and they want you to grow as an individual and they want to grow with you, they'll be open-minded to understand, to adjust.
Yeah.
They'll adjust.
They become a blessing to you. Man.
Exactly.
Like to elaborate on that, man. Like probably, since I've been here, I've only had one girlfriend. I'm still with her right now.
Oh, nice.
And I've always been the type. Well, I kind of, did a little bit more research and kind of figured it out for myself, personal experience about it. But having a wife or a partner that kind of, just is a blessing to you, she'll do your laundry, she'll take care of the bills, or, as you become more successful, she starts, calling the guy to cut the lawn. She starts, maybe doing money orders for you, or, making sure your outfit is prepped for your meeting or whatever, stuff like that. Or sitting down having talks with you about something that you wanna do soon, or stuff like that. That's what I long for, and I love. I'm like, when a woman is there to be your queen and help you through battles that you go through, man. That's beautiful, man. Every successful man has not every successful man, but most successful men have a wife that that helps them with their life and their career. So man,
for sure, you definitely need that rock behind you, especially coming home at the end of the day, someone there to have your back. I 100% agree with you on that. There was times when I was a man of the streets and in the dating world.
You said in the streets?
a man of the streets.
Oh, you was wild back then.
Hey, we're not getting into all of that. But I do know that it was kind of one of those things trying to find certain girls to fit into your life, It's they're more of a distraction than anything. And then my whole thing was if I let someone like that get in my life, they're going to keep me from getting to my goals. So I really don't want anyone in my life like that. And it sucks. And I'm not trying to sound selfish, but I would want my partner to do the same thing too. If I was getting in the way of her life, I would want her to say, yo, you need to fix that, or you need to go. Because if I set her back and cause her, not to get anywhere with her life, and I'm intentionally doing it and don't want to change after she talks to me about it, it can cut me out. I feel distraction comes in many forms. It can come in the form of like food, entertainment, women, men, or whatever. It can come like your friends. It can come
Video
into like
games.
video. It can come in the form of anything. And if you don't realize what that form of distraction is, it's just gonna keep you bounded. And you gotta sit there and be real about yourself, like be real with yourself and understand like what is causing me to be where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
What is causing me not to like move forward and grow as an individual. That's what I had to do, and that was the journey that I was on, and I came to a conclusion to figure that out. So
Yeah, I appreciate you for doing that this weekend too, bro. That's something that I respect.
yeah,
It's like what we've been talking about lately, self-reflection, right?
Yeah.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
Like lately, man, I've been looking to feel love more.
Yeah.
Like, cause me and him were talking about it, and me and Randy were talking about it, and you know, once you reach so much wealth, or you know, you get so much money, like Randy said, you get all the money in the bank, then it's like, okay, well, are you feeling empty, or did you lose all the things that actually mattered along the way from poverty to wealth? And that's the thing that I want to keep along this journey.
Yeah.
I want to keep the family. I want to keep the I want to make those good memories, and you know, like what other things, you know. But things like that.
You're talking about the combination. I think I read men and women to be successful, they need a combination of success in the career, love from family and friends,
And yourself.
and self-love, and some materialistic stuff too.
Yeah. See, and I don't.
Yeah.
Money doesn't bring you physical happiness. I think that it can contribute to your happiness, and it can give you some type of happiness because it gives you like financial freedom, or you don't have to worry about bills, or it can give you, you know, whatever type of vehicle or house you want, depending on like what your tax bracket is. So I do believe it contributes to that, but I think happiness is like basically what you make it to be. I don't really think that money plays a small part.
Money gets you freedom, and
Yes.
never gets you happiness. Money will get you the freedom to get to the point where you want to be, to get you to that happiness.
Exactly.
That happiness is only achieved by you,
Yeah.
not money. Money won't do that for you.
I definitely agree with that. Like women, money, cars, that won't fill that void inside. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's something that you have to eternally figure out. But I think all those things contribute to happiness. Like he just said, they're like stepping stones to it. But I don't necessarily think it's the overall happiness part. But also being true of like knowing who you were from day one and where you're going. Because a lot of people get to where they're going and then they forget who they were and lose themselves through all of that. And then, you know, they become a totally, complete different person. But they don't understand is that the people, the things that were around them before they had all those things, that was real life. When
There
you're on
we
this
go.
journey and you're accumulating all these things, and those people you meet then, they're there because you have those things and they met you in that time period. They weren't there in that time period. So just imagine all those things get taken away from you. Will they still be there in that time period? Will they still look at you the same? Will they still treat you the same? That's the thing though. So I think a lot of people get that confused and mixed up when they're like on a journey to whatever. I still remember myself as the same guy like 10 years ago when I started off on my journey.
Yeah.
And I still feel that same exact way right now. It doesn't matter what I get or where I go or what I do, I still feel that same exact way. And that's kind of like my driving force of like to keep going and not stopping. So I feel like gaining success, you should never like actually forget where you came from and like your roots and who you are as a person. I think you need to stay true to that. Because if you forget that, because if you forget it, you're just gonna forget who you are as an individual, and then you're just gonna become a false product of what the environment that you're around made you into. And that's why most people ended up doing drugs, suicide, or unhappy. And you know, and you're like, you have all this stuff. Why are you not happy? And they're like, they don't have anything to tell you because they don't know.
Speechless.
Yeah, they lost it all down the road because people get consumed. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like on the journey to like getting to where you're going, you will get lost in it, the process, and you will start to forget. You will start to like lose yourself and all of that, because I find myself sometimes acting out of character that is not really me, and I'm like, yo, this was not me like 4 years ago. What am I doing right now? And I get kind of like, I want to say tainted by the people, not the people around me, but just the environment, I would say. Because being around it for so long, you start acting like the people you're around or the environment you're around, and you start like forgetting your true roots or like who you are as a person, you know?
Which is normal.
Yeah.
It's only human to be like the people you're surrounded
Yeah,
by.
exactly.
So that's completely normal.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, if you're on track for 10 years of your life, you're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
say it again. I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
No,
What did you
if
say?
you're- If you're on track
Yeah.
for like 10 years
Yeah.
of your life, you're not human.
No.
You're not human.
Like,
I got
No.
Because we're human because we're not perfect,
We're
Yeah.
flawed.
right? So if you just because you swerve off the path once doesn't mean you're going to be doing that the whole time, and
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you're you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is that just because you get off the path once doesn't mean it's the end of the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you just get back on the road, you keep going.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I definitely do agree with that. You know, you get off track, you realize you got off track, and you get back on track. You
It's
know.
the realization.
Yeah.
That once you realize you get back on, that's growth.
Yeah.
Right?
You are tuned
And
into that
is that-
awareness, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
your awareness is like on fire, bro. Like I appreciate your awareness.
So have you done a lot of self-reflection? Because it sounds like it, man.
I have.
You know?
Yeah, I've done a lot of self-reflection myself. I mean, that's where all my awareness comes from. There were
nice.
periods of time where I would say to myself, and I tried to understand my goal in life. Once I understood my goal in life, all right, where do I go from there? How do I get there? What do I cut out? Exactly the same process as Romeo. So you and I have been on the similar path.
That's what kind of bonded us so much, actually, because like I've known him, I've met him, I think I like knew of him for like a whole year, but then I didn't really start knowing him until like, I don't know, when we went to like a restaurant or something and we started talking, and I was like, yo, we have a lot in common, and then we just started
I think it was this 1933.
Yeah, the first time I met you, like officially met you, and I've known him for like a year, and I was like, I've always seen him at the events. We were in the same group chat too, so it was kind of funny.
For a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just like that energy, the universe like connected it.
Yeah, man, the energy, like back to what we were talking about, like having those people around you, that energy around you, man. Like that's why me and him connected. Like I met this dude in the Uber, dude. He was taking me to work.
Nice.
To an Uber, and like I was telling him, like I was talking about like semen retention to him, and then we just started connecting, and like we were talking about like our relationships, and like from there on out, and then like we started talking about business and stuff like that, and it's like yeah, we gotta like I gotta get your number, because I told myself, because the Uber ride before this guy, like a long time ago, I was like, yo, I can't miss another opportunity, because I missed out on an opportunity with a guy who did contractor work and he was investing and stuff like that, and I didn't get his number. I didn't network with him. So me and Randy were talking. I was like, yo, I gotta network with this guy. I gotta get his number. We have to talk. We have to do something. Like we gotta work. Like we gotta So that's why me and him were, we're tight. We're, I'm helping him with his Airbnb, and we're always bouncing off business ideas. And every time that me and him go out and like we talk or we work out, it's always beneficial, and the energy is always mutual. Like I'm on fire, like with ideas. Like as soon as we're done hanging out. So yeah, man, love this guy. Right?
Love this guy. I got a quick
really
question for you guys though, because like
up?
semen retention was the conversation that kind of like made us click. What was the conversation that made you guys like, okay, we got to exchange numbers, we got to do something out of this?
Was it a business or something like that?
I think it was restaurants.
Yeah, we were talking about owning a restaurant.
Well, we were talking. We're
No,
foodies.
foodie. We were talking about food.
We're like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've been to this place. Oh, I've been to that place too.
Yeah.
Yada yada. And we just started naming restaurants, and eventually we're just like, all right, let's make a group chat of a few people who want to go explore some restaurants around Indy, and let's do that. So we continued to meet up, and that's eventually we had some good conversations.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah. It's just like snowballed all into the same thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Restaurants and food.
Yeah, that's kind of how it started off too,
It
because
brings people together, man.
Yeah.
He's like, you like steak, man? Yeah, I like steak. From there on out. Now
Let's go get some steak, bro.
it's strange though, because all the people that I'm like really close to right now, and like a lot of my new business partners that I have, it was really strange how like I ended up like meeting them, or like how it all just full circle. Like one of my other business partners, he contacted me on TikTok. I was got like this notification. It was like, hey, call me. And I was like, who is this person? So I thought it was like some weirdo. So I was about to like, delete the comment off my video. And then he inboxed me. And then he was like, yo, it's Chad. So I call him, not McLaren Chad.
I know exactly what you're talking
Okay.
about.
So I call him, and he was like, hey, how do you feel about wholesaling? And I was just like, wholesaling? I was like, I've known about it. I just really didn't know where to get started. And he was like, well, I wanted to start a wholesale business or whatever, a company. And then I was like, all right, tell me more. So we were talking for like an hour and a half. Next thing you know, the next day, we're up over here, like getting this together, making calls, going to properties and stuff like that or whatever. And now we got this thing going.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just like, that's how that happened. And now we kind of have this little business. And then like over the week. Yeah, and then over the week of the self-reflection that I was doing, I literally was jotting down all these notepads. I had notepads here, there, stuff was up on the screen, laptop was running, all this stuff. I was just in my creative zone. And now, like, everything that's going through my mind is business opportunities. Where can I invest more money? Where can I make more money? What can I do with my time? What can I do? So, like, I have all these ideas, and I just be calling up, texting people, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I have, like, 3 people that I'm trying to get in on some ideas. They're thinking about it, so I'm just like, all right, I give you some time to think about it. But my mentality was, it does not matter if you say yes or no, I'm still gonna do this alone or without you. So that time alone basically helped me figure all that out. And then just meeting people here and there randomly, it was interesting. Like I met you at work, and then like the first time meeting him, they were like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Not good," because I was just dealing with like a really bad breakup.
Okay.
Like I had 2 apartments that I was like paying for and living between 2 places, and then like just got done dealing with the breakup, and then like all of that was going on, and then I went in to get my food, and he was like, "Are you good?" Him and Tyler was like, "Are you good?" And I was just like, "What?" I was so thrown off. I was like angry. I was in my own world, right? And they were like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "What?" They're like, "But like, are you good? Like, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Something seems off about you." And then they were like, "Did you just deal with the breakup?" And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "What is this?" I was just like, "Yeah." I feel like I just had the Matrix was like I was in a Matrix situation where it's like the code's been broken or something. And it was just like you guys just. I was like. Every time I'm around people, I feel like people are NPCs, I think, where they're just like programmed, and I really don't acknowledge their existence. I just think that they're just fake people walking around, you know. But then like this guy and Tyler just broke my reality.
They kind of like
yeah, no, I do, because if you really look at like if you look at people walking around out there, they're on their phone or taking pictures. You could literally be on the brink of like committing suicide. No one would know. Like that blows my mind that people think people are walking around. This person is on their way to go end things, and no one knows. I could have been ending things that day, and them like just saying that blew my mind. It just like threw me off, and I got chills. I was just like, whoa. I'm the one that's aware of like my reality around me. These 2 people were too, so it threw me off. And then like that kind of what started the whole friendship between us. And then like I would go in there, and then over time I invited them out to an event. They came out, and then we just was talking. I like ignored my car group that I was with, and then we were just talking for hours, and they just like disappeared into the background, and we were just talking about life, philosophy, all this kind of stuff, business. And then they just stayed around, and yeah, he's been helping me out on this journey, so definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad I could help with that too, man.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. I was like, dude, I want to help. Like, I want to do photo shoots. Let's do vlogs. Let's, like, let's set up your YouTube. Let's get it going. You need a banner. You need a thumbnail. What do you need?
Yeah.
We can go on Fiverr. Let's do this and that. But yeah, we were like two light bulbs just buzzing.
Yeah.
In Chipotle.
It was just like mind blowing. And the crazy thing is, like, this dude still to this day is like playing a huge role in my life, because after the photo shoots with him, like something clicked in me. It was like, I miss photography. I went back a week later and opened my photography company. I went back and reopened it up, rebranded it, relogoed it, made 2 websites for it, made a YouTube, Twitter, and a bunch of other accounts. And then like started doing it, and I was out shooting one of the models, and Tyler was out at the gym out there working out, and he was looking, he was like, "Jeremiah."
The gym outside in the park, right?
He was like, "Hey, what's up, Romeo?" And we started talking, and he was like, "What you doing?" I was like, taking photos. He was like, "Wow, you were serious," and he was like, "I like that. You have action behind your words." And I was like, "Yeah, I was not joking."
Damn.
So ever since then, I've been doing it, and then like my YouTube channel actually started taking off. Like the first video I uploaded got like 2K views on it,
Nice.
200 likes, and then the second one like almost 10K views. And a bunch of subscribers off of like 2 videos that I uploaded. And I'm just like, this is pretty great. And like, you contribute to that, because if it weren't for those photo shoots, I wouldn't have been inspired to get back into doing photography again.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That's the kind of energy I get from Jamar too. Like, he just makes me, it's like, he's like a positive ball of energy. And it's like, sometimes we'll speak together and I'll hang up the phone and I'm like, yo, I just feel different. I feel like, I feel energetic. I feel good right now. Like, so I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what? I
glad
also
to be
feel
here.
like, I feel like,
always go for the romance.
I feel like in the future we'll be saying that about each other in the future soon, man.
Yeah.
For sure. I hope from like 5 years from now, we all can sit down and have a talk, and we're all like, millionaires and talking about our life.
seriously.
Not even in 5 years. Hopefully in the next
like
year.
3,
That's my
2.
Yeah. My
Really?
5-month plan, man. Like
Yeah.
a lot can change in 5 months, man.
You're honestly right, and that's when it seems like a real movie. When it gets I mean, like my life seems like a movie now, but like when something happens in 5 months, it just changes, and you just it blows, and when money starts coming, you're like, whoa, bro.
A lot can change.
Slow down.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, like this is happening.
If you really think about it, though, a lot can change in one day. Like if you really look at, I was like, what was that?
I was like, is it my little phone?
I thought Tyler was at the door. But if
Is
you
he
really,
coming?
yeah, he said he's gonna be here.
Oh,
He's gonna be a little
great,
late.
great.
Fashion will be late because he's gonna show up in a suit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
That's the main man.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you guys for listening, man. All you listeners out there, anybody with the headphones, if you're on your radio or speaker, or if you're in the bathroom taking a shower and you got us playing, you never know.
Driving to work.
Yeah, we're driving to work.
It's a great time to listen to
Or if you're stuck in
Exactly.
traffic, thank you for listening, man. This is the start of a new journey. This is something that's just rolling right now. So yeah. We
Trials
appreciate
and
it.
errors.
Trials and errors. Yeah.
That sounds crazy too. Trials and errors. Like people
Yeah.
will usually say trial and error, but we're saying trials and errors.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause trial and error normally, you think it's only once,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
multiple times. So this one stopped.
Yeah, we had a couple of things we had to fix, but yeah, we got it going, man.
Yeah.
It's looking beautiful in here.
The next one will be much better. We'll have an intro, and it'll be a lot more faces to the podcast as well. A lot of people couldn't make it today, but the next one will be a lot more people, and we'll have more topics and things to discuss. But today was kind of just like the intro.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, man.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
feeling so good right now, man. I'm gonna go work on my business as soon as this is done.
First, I still gotta talk to you about some business ideas after this is over.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like feeling so good right now, man.
Yeah.
Like damn. Ah man, beautiful life, man. I've been enjoying life much more, man. Like really just taking my time with things. Cause I've dealt with so much setbacks that like I've learned patience like a lot more. Like I had to wait for so many things. Like you know how when you don't have money and you know what you want,
Yeah.
and then you know when you get the money, you're like, okay, wait, what do I want again? You're like, okay, I don't know. And then, but me, I've been like, I haven't had the money so long, or I've had so many setbacks, so like, it's like I already know what I want. I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I need right now. So, yeah, I'm still being patient, but it's nice to you know enjoy this. It's like it's like when you play a game and you go past all the levels without taking your time through the levels. So I'm like, whoa, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like I'm enjoying looking at the stop sign or you know, just looking at people talk.
And it's funny that you say life is like a game because my mentality on life is just like, if you ever played a video game or like an open world game or RPG game where you have like a character, you can customize them, then you get set into the world. You start off with zero everything, right? You don't have any armor, no nothing. And then you got to go out and accumulate all this stuff. And then you stack up your stats so far. Now, one of my favorite games at the time when I used to play games was Dragon Dogma because that game was extremely hard because you die instantly and then they basically take everything away from you. So it doesn't matter how far you're in that map. If you die, they take you right back all the way to that start point. And you didn't have horses, you had horses, but you didn't really have like a way to like travel across the map really fast. There really wasn't a lot of fast spawns. So in that game, you died.
Yeah.
So I like games like that because in real life, that's how it is. You have one life and you can do whatever you want with it. But you have to make sure you're making the right choices and doing what you need to do. And you can upgrade yourself by like self-reflection. You can like work out and work on your body. You can do things, you can consume like whatever you want. So for example, putting things in your body. If you drink soda, you know what the effects are going to be. If you drink water, you know what the effects are going to be. So with life, you got to make the right decisions. And it's kind of like something that I'm like excited for every day when I get up because it's like, what can I do today to like elevate myself or upgrade? And it's kind of like you're trying to upgrade to a max. So like you're just trying to become the best person you can. So it's an interesting game because that's how I look at life.
Yeah, I love the video game concept when it comes to life.
Yeah.
Like I really love it. I wish I could like have someone just design something that's like my avatar.
Yeah.
And like everything I've done so far. And, like,
like your stats.
Everything I've messed up. Like I want my stats on the wall. Like you know, my entrepreneur stats and everything. Just like in general, like how's my heart? Like you know, how's my mental health?
Yeah.
I want to see the stats up there. So yeah, I love that concept, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.